So you're not sure how to deal with somebody that has depression. My name's Kelly Hansen. I am the founder of BCC Evolution, a mental health and suicide awareness nonprofit and warrior for mental health. So today I'm going to share a couple tips and tricks with you on how to help somebody that may be feeling or experiencing depression. First of all, I want you to know that it's generally a state of mind. Yes, there is long term depression, but there's also short term depression. And things that are not useful is saying, hey, get over it, or when are you going to be better, or I don't even know how to help you, or what to say, or what to do. Or potentially getting angry with the person that is feeling really depressed. Because when we're not experiencing it, it's really hard to understand when somebody else is going through it. But I'll tell you, some of the signs of depression are if they're just feeling or acting a little bit lazy, not wanting to get out of bed, having a hard time focusing or doing any daily tasks. So really depression can affect your ability to live, your ability to love, and your so live, love, and laugh, and your ability to laugh. So maybe they're one of those people that used to always crack up to like every single joke that you said, but now it's just more mute. They just have no emotions. That could be a sign of depression. Or maybe they're really, really super stressed at work and they just stop talking when they get home. There's so many different signs and symptoms that come with depression. It's hard to know if maybe they're sick or maybe they are just worried about something or maybe it is true depression. Really, the best way is to talk to your general doctor. But again, I'm going to give you a couple techniques that may be able to help those people or you deal with somebody that is experiencing depression. And when I say it's not useful to do certain things, I'm just giving you a couple ideas so that you can start being aware of maybe what you're saying or how you're feeling. And I know it can be really, really hard, especially to have that initial conversation. So you are not alone. But I also want you to know that you have to take care of yourself first before you can help anyone else. Don't try to help anyone if you yourself are not okay. So, the first technique that I am going to give you is allow that person to potentially have an open conversation about what's going on. And instead of saying, what is happening? Why are you acting this way? Maybe try to use words like, hey, I've noticed that you've been really down lately. Or, hey, I've noticed that it's been really, really hard for you to get up in the mornings. I noticed that you aren't laughing as much as you used to. So make it about them. Using the frame I noticed is much less aggressive and it shows that you're actually paying attention and you know that something's happening. You just don't know how to ask maybe that question, or you're not sure, you're not really understanding what they're going through. So use the words like, I noticed, or hey, it's been so many days and you haven't made it to work. I was just curious what might be going on. And that's just another way instead of what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You need to go to work. You should be going to work, right? That's a much different tone over, hey, I'm curious, you've been sleeping in bed for multiple days. Don't you need to go to work? Or whatever that task may be that they need to accomplish. Or maybe it's just that they're really down and out and you haven't really been laughing as much as you had. What's going on, if you don't mind me asking, right? Like different tones are really good. And you can ask, you can be point blank too. There's no problem of being point blank. You don't have to beat around the bush. You can say, "Hey, this is what I've noticed. Are you depressed? Or maybe do you feel like you're experiencing depression? It maybe be a good idea to go talk with somebody about that?" And that's okay too. Being direct is just fine also. It all depends on your personality and the person that you're talking to. Maybe they're not a person that likes to beat around the bush, and maybe there's somebody that does. So just be aware of how you're having the conversation. So that's number one, is you can say, I notice this, or I'm curious about. So those are key phrases that you can say. And then again, kind of the second part of that is either be direct or maybe do it in a little bit more empathetic way. So that's a good tip or technique on how to deal with somebody that has depression, because really you're not dealing with them. You are just being empathetic towards their situation. And it's not really all about you, it's all about them. So the third thing that I want to say to you is take a look inside yourself. Why is it affecting you so much? Maybe you're getting these feelings of anger or not understanding, or there could be so many things that are coming up in you naturally that you're like, it's making me angry. They're not getting up. They're not doing what they used to do. They're not even laughing at my jokes. They're doing nothing. Why are they doing this? Why are they depressed? Like, I don't understand. If you're feeling that way yourself, stop. Check yourself. What is it within yourself that's creating so much anger or fear around this particular person? And maybe asking those questions like we just talked will give you a little bit more understanding. And the last tip is get them to professional help or holistic health. I'm all about holistic, I'm all about professional. Both are really, really great. So if it's somebody that really needs that extra support, find them a person that they relate to, whether it be their general doctor or maybe it's a holistic practitioner that they can talk to, a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist. There's so many of them out there. The first place to start is great with your general doctor. Ask them the questions. Don't always take prescriptions as being the answer. It may be good for right now, and it may be a good band aid fix or something to get you over that hump. And that's totally okay. Don't feel like you failed if you need to go get medication, or whomever you're trying to help needs to get medication. But make sure that you advocate for yourself. Make sure that if you feel weird, if it's not doing its job, if there's other signs or symptoms that are happening because of it, make sure you're advocating for yourself and for the other person, because if you don't do that, nothing's going to change. So again, if this was useful, go ahead and click that like button down below. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of our tips and techniques. And if you need even more strategies for mental wellness, maybe you need them for yourself, or maybe you want to give them as a gift to this person that you're trying to help. We have a Shift Your Mindset boot camp that actually goes through 7 total strategies for mental wellness in depth, as to how to really shift your mindset from the negative or this depressive mindset into the positive. So join the boot camp today. It's only $49, and it could definitely help or change or save a life. And don't forget again to click the button below, leave us a comment if this was useful. If it wasn't, let me know that too. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out anything, and share it with a friend. My name is Kelly Hansen again, and I really hope that this was useful, and I hope you have an amazing day.